Welcome to the Ashtanga primary series. Begin with your feet together at the very top of your mat in Samastitihi. Ground into your legs. Spread your toes. Reach your arms down by your side. Begin to engage your first bandha, which is a squeeze at the pit of your belly. Inhale, your arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, fold forward, flat back, hinge at your hips. Inhale, extend your chest halfway. Exhale, walk or jump back and lower your body down. Inhale, press the tops of your feet, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, back to downward dog. Reach your heels back away from your toes, lifting your sitting bones up to the sky. We're going to take 5 breaths here. 1. Spread your fingers, your toes out. 2. Reach your heels back away from your toes so you get this elongated arch. 3. Now lift your sitting bones up and away from your heels. 4. Tuck your chin into your chest. Look at your navel. 5. After 5 breaths, you're going to look forward and step or jump both feet forward to the front of your mat. Extend your chest halfway and exhale, fold forward, drop your head, your neck. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands by your side. 2 more. Inhale, ekam, look up at your hands. Exhale, dve, fold forward. Inhale, trini, extend your chest. Exhale, chatwari, step or jump back. Inhale, pancha, look up. Exhale, shot, downward facing dog. Again, 5 breaths. As you squeeze in your tricep muscles, roll your inner elbows front and center. Relax your shoulders up your back. 2. Tuck your chin into your chest. Look up at your navel. 3. Strengthen the quadricep muscles in your thighs. 4. And work to elongate your legs. 5. On your next inhalation, step or jump both feet to the front of your mat. Extend your chest halfway and exhale, fold forward, ashto. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up, nava, and exhale, hands by your side. 1 more. Inhale, ekam, number 1 in Sanskrit. Exhale, dve, number 2 in Sanskrit. Inhale, trini, extending your chest. And exhale, chatwari, step or jump back. Inhale, pancha. Exhale, shat. Downward dog is your resting pose, and that's why we stay here for 5 breaths. 1. We're gaining back our breath, deep, even inhalation and exhalation. 2. 3. 4. 1 more. A huge breath, this last one. 5. Now look forward between your hands. Step or jump both feet forward on an inhalation. Extend your chest halfway and use the exhale to fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, back to Samastitihi, equal standing pose. Surya Namaskara, B, sun salute B. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend your chest halfway, Ardha. Exhale, walk or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, your arms up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back, lower down. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back, lower yourself down. Inhale through upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. We're going to take 5 breaths for resting. 1. Spread your fingers as well as your toes. 2. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. 3. Hug in the pit of your belly. 4. Tuck your chin into your chest and look up at your navel. 5. Breathing in. Huge breath, in and out. Now, on your next inhalation, look forward. Bend your knees. Jump forward. Inhale, extend your chest halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees for chair pose. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale to standing, Samasthiti. Second, inhale, Ekam. I'm going to count in Sanskrit this time. Exhale, Dve, fold forward. Inhale, Trini, extend your chest. Exhale, Chatwari, jump back. Inhale, Pancha, upward dog. Exhale, Shat, downward dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, Sapta, look up. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back, lower down, Ashto. Inhale, Nava. Exhale, Deshat. Left foot forward. Ekam Deshat, arms up, look up. Exhale, step back, lower down, Dve Deshat. Inhale, Trio Deshat. Exhale, Chatwar Deshat. That's 5 breath that you get here. 1. And this is your recovery time. 2. Your heart should be moving. 3. Deep breath. Look at your navel. 4. 1 more. The biggest breath here. 5. Look forward. Jump forward. Panchadashat. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Shodashat. Bend your knees. Lift your arms. Saptadeshat. Exhale. Samastitihi. Good work.
Padangustasana, big toe pose. Stand with your feet hips distance apart, hands on your hips. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Grab for your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold all the way forward, bringing the head down towards the floor. And we'll take 5 deep breaths here. Drop the head, just try to relax the neck. We want to have equal weight in both feet, left to right, and then also equal weight heel of the foot and ball of the foot. Move the shoulders away from the ears and continue to breathe deeply. Inhale up halfway, extending the spine long. One at a time, slide your hands under your feet, left under left, right under right. Extend the spine long, and then exhale, fold forward, bringing the head down towards the floor. If you have tightness in the low back, a slight bend in the knees might help that. And we want to keep the quadriceps and thighs active to help the hamstrings release. We'll take a few more breaths here. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips, and on an inhale, come back to standing and step back to Samastiti, equal standing pose. Udhita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Jump or take a wide step to the right, arms out to a T, turn the right toes to 90, turn the left toes in slightly, hinge at the right hip as the right hand grabs for the right big toe or ankle. Raise the left arm to the sky and gaze up at the left hand if it doesn't bother your neck. We'll take 5 breaths here. Extend the spine long, focusing on a long spine from the sacrum to the top of the head. Breathe deep. We slowly release and we turn to the other side. So we turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out to 90 degrees, bring the top body down over the lead leg, grab for the left big toe with your left hand, and raise the right arm up to the sky. Gaze up at the right hand if it doesn't bother the neck. Do your best not to let the top shoulder dump forward, but try to spiral it back. Again, focusing on a long spine. Couple more breaths here. as we slowly release and prepare for revolved triangle. So you're going to step your left foot out to the side, square the hips and shoulders with the back of the mat, inhale, chest up, exhale, fold forward, bringing the left hand down to the inside or the outside of the right foot. Raise the right hand to the sky, press well into the floor, especially the big toe mounds of both feet. Again, focusing on a long spine and breathing deeply. As we slowly release, turn and go to the other side. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, we bring the right hand down to the inside or outside of the left foot. Raise the left hand to the sky and continue to breathe deeply here in Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle pose. Press well into the floor and continue to rotate that left shoulder back, focusing on a long spine and breathing deeply. We slowly release and step back to the top of the mat for Samasthi equal standing pose. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. Jump or take a wide step to the right. Arms out to a T. Turn the right toes to 90. Turn the left foot in slightly. Bend the knee over the ankle. Bring the right hand down to the floor. Bring the left arm up and over, stretching hand away from heel. Gazing at the top hand and continue to breathe deeply. We'll take 5 breaths here. Just a few more breaths. As we slowly release and we turn to go to the other side. So we turn the left toes out to 90. Turn the right foot in slightly. Bend the knee over the ankle. Left hand down to the floor. Right hand comes up and over, stretching hand away from heel. Continue to breathe deeply and press well into the back leg. We'll take a few more breaths here. Slowly release, and we prepare to go to Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, revolved side angle pose. So again, turn the right toes out to 90, left foot turns in slightly, bend the knee over the ankle, hands come to prayer, and bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Focus on a strong back leg, pressing well into the outer edge of the foot. Gaze at your fingertips and continue to breathe deeply. Slowly release, coming up, going to the other side. Nice slow movements. So we're bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Palms are together. Left elbow is pointing towards the sky. Just a few more breaths here. And we slowly release the pose and step back to the top of the mat for Samasthi equal standing pose. Parivrtta Padottanasana A, wide-legged forward fold. Jump or take a wide step out to the right with arms to a T. Hands to hips, inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward, bring the hands down to the floor. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward, bring the top of the head down towards the floor. Try to have equal weight in the left foot and right foot, and also equal weight in the ball and heel of the foot. Focus on a long spine and continue to breathe deeply. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up all the way to standing. Release the arms. Take the arms out to a T. Bring the hands down to the waist. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing the top of the head back down towards the floor for Parsvarita Padottanasana B. Press the elbows back to broaden the shoulders. Continue to bear the weight evenly and fully expand the lungs. Couple more breaths here. And on an inhale, come all the way up to standing. Release the hands. Take the arms out to a T once again. Clasp hands behind the low back. Broaden the shoulders. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands up and over any amount. This would be Parsvarita Padottanasana C. The thighs remain active. The hands are moving towards the floor. Focusing on a long spine and fully expanding the lungs. Few more breaths here. As we slowly come up to standing, release the arms, take the hands to hips, inhale, chest up, exhale, fold all the way forward once again, grabbing the big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale up halfway to extend the spine long, exhale, fold all the way forward, bringing the top of the head down towards the floor. You can pull on the toes to help to broaden the shoulders and to lengthen the spine. And continue to fully expand the lungs, taking in as much oxygen as possible. Couple more breaths. Inhale up halfway to extend the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. And on an inhale, come all the way up to standing and step to the front of the mat for Samasthi, equal standing pose. Parsvartanasana, intense side stretch or reverse prayer. With your hands in reverse prayer or grab elbow to elbow, hop or take a wide step out to the right, turning the right foot to 90 degrees and the back foot at about 45. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward over the lead leg. Press well into the big toe mound of the lead leg. Try to keep both thighs active and fully expand the lungs, continuing to breathe deeply. We'll take about 5 breaths here. Fully expanding the lungs helps us to relieve toxins. Breathing deeply helps us to cool the body. Inhale, come up. Let's turn to the other side. Square the hips with the front of the mat. Inhale, chest up. And exhale, fold forward over the lead leg. Continuing to breathe deeply. Breathe for 2, 3, 4. Breathe deep for 5. And we slowly release the pose. Coming back to standing. And then step forward to the front of the mat, returning back to Samasthi, equal standing pose. Nicely done.
Uttita Hasta Padangushtasana, the balance. Take your left hand on your hip, and then grab your right big toe and extend your right leg out in front of you. On your exhale, fold forward to your right straight leg. Breathing 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, take your leg over to the right. Breathing. 1. Look to your left. 2. 3. 4. Strong standing leg. 1 more. 5. Inhale. Bring your right leg back to center. And exhale, fold forward to your straight right leg. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hand on your hip. Breathing. 1. Both hands on your hips. Point your right toe. 2. Extend your legs straight. 3. 4. 1 more. Deep breath, lifting your chest. 5. Exhale, release your right. Now to the left side. Right hand on your hip. Grab your left big toe. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward to your straight left leg. 5 breath. 1. 2. Keep breathing as you crunch your stomach. 3. Bow your head. 4. 1 more. 5. Inhale to come up. And exhale, take it over to your left side. Look to your right. Breathing. 1. Strong standing leg. 2. Reaching your left leg out to the side. 3. Pulling back on your left arm to create resistance. 4. And 5. Now take it back to center and exhale. Fold forward to your straight leg. Both hands on your hips. Point your left toes. Breathing. 1. Avoid leaning back. Lift your chest. 2. Breathing. 3. Strong legs. 4. And on your next exhale, let it go. Good. Now our next pose is Ardha Baddha Padma Tanasana. Take your right leg into half lotus pose. Wrap your right arm around the back of you and bind your right big toe. On an inhale, lift your chest, and on an exhale, fold forward. Bring your left hand down to the ground. Breathing. 1. Drop your head, drop your neck. 2. And as you advance, you can start looking up at your navel. 3. 4. 5. On an inhale, come up halfway. On an exhale, pause. Inhale, coming up all the way to standing. And exhale, release your right foot. Left side. Now your left foot comes into half lotus pose. Take your left arm around the back of you and bind the left big toe. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, fold forward. Bring your right hand to the ground. Drop your head last. Breathing. 1. Deep inhales and exhales. 2. Let your standing leg be extra strong. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, pause. Inhale, come up all the way to standing. And then exhale, release your left leg. Back to Samastitihi, equal standing pose. Now let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, flat back. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, walk or jump back, lower your body. Inhale, upward dog, the back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now on your next inhale, jump forward between your hands. Extend your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, back to Samastitihi. Utkatasana, chair pose. Standing with your feet together at the top of the mat. Bend your knees and lift your arms up to the sky simultaneously. Breathing. Sitting your weight back into your heels. 1. Taking your tailbone to face down to the ground. 2. Lifting your arms up, reaching up. 3. Looking up at your thumbs. 4. 1 more deep breath. 5. Now exhale. You're going to fold forward, bringing your chest to your knees. Inhale, extend halfway. Exhale, jump back, lower your body. Inhale, back bend. Exhale to downward dog. Virabhadrasana 1. Right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Breathing 5 breaths. 1. Knee over ankle. 2. Back leg extended strong. 3. Even hips. 4. Lifting up your arms, looking up at the thumbs. 5. Now, straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Bend over your left side. Warrior 1. Breathing. 1. Dropping your back heel down to the ground. 2. Bending your left knee over your ankle. 3. Squaring your hips towards the short end of your mat. 4. Reaching up through both sides of the waist. 5. Now open up to Warrior 2 pose, Virabhadrasana 2. Gazing over your right fingertips, breathing. 1. Reaching back through your back leg as well. 2. Pointing your tailbone down, your pubic bone down to the ground. 3. Lifting up through both sides of your waist. 4. Dropping your shoulders. 1 more deep breath. 5. Turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out. Second side, Warrior 2 pose, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathing. 1. 2. Strong arms. 3. Reaching out through the middle fingers. 4. Gazing over the right fingertips. Last one. 5. Now windmill your hands down to the ground. Lower your body. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. That's the end of our standing series. We're going to jump through to seated. Our first seated pose is Dandasana, staff pose. With straight legs out in front of you, spread your toes. Press your hands next to your hips. Lift up through your entire spine. Tuck in the pit of your belly and lift up the space that's right underneath your rib cage. Breathing, looking forward. Take 1 more breath here in Dandasana. And now we're going to Paschimottanasana. Reach forward and grab your big toes. Keep your spine extended long, and on an exhale, fold forward to your straight legs. Breathing 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Keep pressing your legs down to the floor. 4. 1 more deep breath. 5. Now inhale, look up at your feet, and exhale, reach around the sides of your feet. On your next exhale, fold forward. See if you can elongate your spine. 1. Roll your shoulders back and down. 2. Relaxing your torso but strengthening your legs. 3. Don't forget to spread your toes. 4. 1 more. Big breath here. 5. Now inhale, look up at your feet. Exhale, let go of your feet. Now we'll take a jump back, jump through. Cross your ankles, jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Look forward, jump through to seated. Purvattanasana. Walk your hands in back of you a few inches. Point your toes. Inhale, lift up into upward plank pose. Broaden your chest. Breathing 1. Strongest legs. 2, 3, 4. 1 more deep breath. 5. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. On an inhale, jumping right through to seated. Good. Our next pose is Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Take your right leg and lift it over your left thigh into lotus pose, where your right foot comes into your left hip flexor. Bind your right hand around to grab the big toe. Inhale, reach forward with your left hand, and exhale, fold forward over your left straight leg. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your next inhale, look up at your straight leg. Exhale, release your leg. Good. We're going to take a jump back, jump through. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, jumping straight through, dandasana. Take your left foot into half lotus pose. Bind it with your left hand. Inhale, reach forward for your right leg. And exhale, fold forward over the right straight leg. Breathing. 1. Dropping your head, your neck. 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. On your next inhale, look up at your right leg. And on your exhale, let it go. Cross ankles. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Jumping right back through to seated. The next pose is Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Take your right knee, bend it back. Inhale, reach forward with both hands for your left foot. Exhale, fold forward over your left straight leg. Using inward rotation in both legs. 1. Use your lowest pit of your belly, what we call your first bandha. 2. And this is an internal lock that helps you to balance. 3. It also helps you to lock in energy. 4. One more. Big, big breath here. 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, let go. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale through upward dog, Urdhva Mukha, and exhale through downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Jumping back through to seated, left side, Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Bend your left knee back. Inhale, reach forward with both hands. Exhale, fold forward over the straight right leg. If you feel yourself falling over to the right, that's normal. Centralize your energy by spinning both legs in and down towards the ground. Breathing. 2, 3, 4. One more huge breath here. 5. Inhale, look up at the right leg. Exhale, let go of your right foot. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, right back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, jump through to seated. Straight legs out in front of you, Dandasana.
Janu Sirsasana A, head to knee pose. We bend the right leg, place the sole of the right foot against the inside of the left thigh, turn the belly button slightly towards the left, inhaling to make the spine long, exhale, fold forward, grabbing the left foot with both hands. Focusing on a long spine here, and breathe deeply. If you find soreness in the bent leg, you can move the right foot down towards the calf area. We'll take a few more breaths here. And slowly releasing the pose, and we'll move to the other side. Bending the left leg, Placing the sole of the left foot against the inside of the right thigh. Turn the belly button slightly towards the right. Inhale, making the spine long. Exhale, fold forward and grabbing the right foot with both hands. Continue to breathe deeply, fully expanding the lungs. Couple more breaths here. As we slowly release, and we prepare to go to Janu Sirsasana B. So we're going to bend the right leg, and I want you to sit on your right heel, placing the heel between the pubic bone and tailbone. And then we clasp the left foot with both hands, focusing on a long spine and fully expanding the lungs. Continue to breathe deeply. Couple more breaths here. As we slowly release and prepare to go to the other side. So we're bending the left leg, and we're sitting on the left heel this time. Again, if you find discomfort in the knee in this position, I would release the pose. Again, it's fine to release a pose or omit a pose from the practice if it doesn't work for you, and come back and reapproach the pose at another time. Couple more breaths here as we slowly release, and we'll prepare to go to Janu Sirsasana C. So we're going to bend the right leg. We're going to rotate the right foot so that the right heel presses against the inside of the left thigh, and so that the ball of the right foot touches the floor. Keep the left leg straight, fold forward, clasping the left leg or the left foot with both hands. Fully expanding the lungs, again focusing on a long spine. We slowly release and prepare to go to the other side. So again, we rotate the foot so that the heel can press against the inside of the thigh and that the ball of the foot can rest on the floor. And then fold forward, grabbing the lead leg with both hands. Continue to breathe deeply and focus on a long spine. Just a few more breaths here. As we slowly release the pose, cross legs, bring your hands to the floor, jump back to Chaturanga. Take your upward facing dog, hips up and back for downward facing dog, and jump back through the seated, coming back to Dandasana. Well done. Marichyasana A. From Dandasana, we hug the right knee into the chest, reach the right arm on the inside of the right leg, wrap it around your shin, and reach your left arm behind you to greet the right hand. Fold forward, focusing on a long spine, pressing the left leg well into the ground with the toes pointing towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe deeply and settle into the pose. Slowly release, and we'll go to the other side. So we're bending the left knee now, hugging it into the chest. The left arm comes on the inside of the left leg and wraps around the shin. The right arm reaches behind you to greet the left hand or strap. We fold forward, focusing on a long spine. And again, the right leg is pressing well into the floor. Toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe deeply, fully expanding the lungs. Couple of more breaths here. As we slowly release and prepare to go to Marichyasana B. We're going to bring the left leg into half lotus, but if that's hard for you, you can bring the left heel in front of the right sit bone. Hug the right knee into the chest. Press the right foot firmly into the floor. Bring the right arm on the inside and then wrap it around the shin. And wrap your left hand behind you to greet the right hand or strap. And continue to breathe deeply. Couple more breaths here. As we slowly release and prepare to go to the other side. So the right foot comes into half lotus, or the right heel to the front of the left sit bone. Hug the left knee into the chest. Bring the left arm on the inside of the left leg. Wrap it around your shin, and then bring your right arm behind you to greet the left hand. And fold forward any amount. Still breathing deeply. Fully expanding the lungs. Settling into the pose. Couple more breaths here. As we slowly release, moving back to Dandasana and preparing for our next asana. Marichyasana C. Bend the right leg, place the right heel near the right sit bone. Bring the left arm across the chest and wrap it over the right knee. Bend the right arm behind you to clasp the left hand. If the hands don't connect, place the right hand on the floor behind you. Inhaling to lift, creating a long spine. Exhaling to twist. Twisting requires length in the spine, so the greater the length you create, the easier it will be to breathe. Couple more breaths here. As we slowly release the pose and turn to the other side, where we'll bend the left leg, place the left heel in front of the left sit bone, bring the right arm across the chest and wrap it over the left knee. Bring the left hand behind you to meet the right hand or place the left hand on the floor behind you. Inhaling to lift, making the spine long. Exhaling to twist. Another deep inhale. As we slowly release and prepare for Marichyasana D. We bend the left leg and put it into half lotus. If that's a challenge for you, you can bring the left heel near the right sit bone. Now we'll raise the right knee, place the right heel in front of the right sit bone, wrap the left arm around the right knee, bring the right arm behind you to meet the left hand or place the right hand on the floor behind you. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to twist. Breath can be a challenge in the Marichi poses, so if that's what you're experiencing, it's fairly normal. Just do the best you can. We slowly release the pose, going to the other side. So we'll place the left leg in the half lotus. And again, if that's a challenge, then you bring the right heel in front of the left sit bone. Raise the left knee, left heel in front of left sit bone. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. Wrap the left hand behind you to meet the right hand, or place the left hand on the floor behind you and breathe as deep as you can. Just a few more breaths here in Marichyasana D. Let's slowly release the pose and prepare for a jump back, jump through. So we're going to cross the legs, reach the hands to the floor, jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, take your up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then we'll jump back through the seated, preparing for the next asana. Well done. Navasana or boat pose. From Dandasana, raise the legs from the floor about 45 degrees with the feet together. Your arms are straight with your palms facing one another and the arms parallel with the floor. We'll take 5 breaths here. Inhale, cross legs lifted up for round 2 of Navasana. 5 breaths here. Cross legs, pick it up. Prepare for round 3 of Navasana. 5 breaths here. Cross legs, pick it up. Preparing for round 4 of Navasana. 5 breaths here. Cross legs, pick it up. Our final round. 5 breaths here. Cross legs, take a jump back, jump through, jumping back to Chaturanga. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nicely done.
From downward dog, jump or step your feet on the outsides of your hands for Bhujapirasana, shoulder pressing pose. Place your hands down on the ground, balancing. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle. And now fold forward, bring the crown of your head to the ground, and lift your feet up in back of you. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. To transition out of it, lift yourself up. Reach your legs around the back of you, right and left to Bakasana, and then jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, right back to downward facing dog. Stay there for your next pose. From downward dog, we're going to Kurmasana. Step or jump your feet on the outsides of your hands. Tuck your shoulders underneath your knees. Place your hands down on the ground and then lower your butt down to the ground. Spread your arms out to the sides and then reach your legs out in front of you. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our next pose is Supta Karmasana. So from here, wrap your arms in back of you. See if you can clasp hands. Wrap your feet around the front of you. See if you can cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Good. Sleeping tortoise pose, Supta Karmasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more. Big breath here. 5. Now, in order to transition out of this pose, you want to move slowly, staying as much in the pose as you can. You're going to come out a little bit, basically halfway. And you're going to place your hands down on the ground. And then from there, inhale, pick yourself up with your knees still over your shoulders. Straighten your legs out in front of you for Titibhasana, and then jump your feet back 1 or 2 at a time. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Jumping back through to seated. Our next pose is Garbha Pidasana. Now, take your legs either into lotus pose, or you can just cross your ankles. From here, we're going to wrap our arms around our legs, or you can put your hands through. We're going to roll around in a little ball 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hands go on the ground. Inhale, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to transition out of your lotus, place your hands on the ground, come over your lotus knees, jump out. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, look forward, jump straight to seated, Dandasana, staff pose. From here, we're going to Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Bend both your knees, place the soles of your feet together in the center of your mat. Inhale, lift up your chest, and exhale, fold forward. Bring your head between your legs. Good. If it extends in front of your feet into the ground, congratulations. That's the goal. Breathing. 2, 3. We're practicing outward rotation in our legs here. 4. Nice long spine, extending your chest forward. Roll your shoulders back and down so that the tension isn't coming into your shoulders and your shoulders aren't creeping up around your ears. Keep breathing big breaths to the back of your lungs. 1 more. Huge breath here. And now inhale, come up to seated. Jump back, jump through. Cross ankles. Jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Jumping back through to seated. We're going to spread our legs out wide for Upavishta Konasana, the wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, reach for the outsides of your feet, and exhale, fold forward over the center line of your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget to press down your hips, press down your legs. 1 more. Big breath here. 5. Good. Our next pose is going to go from here. We're going to lift up our legs. So from here, you're going to come up, lift your spine, lift your legs, grabbing the outsides of your feet. Look straight up to the sky. 1. Balancing on your sitting bones. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. 5. Now for a jump back, jump through. Cross your ankles. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, jumping through to seated. Straight legs out in front of you. Now lie on your back for Supta Pada Angushtasana. On an exhale, lie back on your back. And then grab your right big toe with your right peace fingers. Inhale, we're going to lift the head up to the knee and breathe. 1. Place your left hand on your left thigh and press it down. 2. Press strongly in through your left leg. Flex the toes up to the sky. 3. Even spread your toes, all 10. 4. One more. 5. Now take your leg over to the right hand side. Good. And look to your left. 1. Breathing. 2. Still pressing your left hand down on your left thigh, left hip. 3. Strengthening the left leg, pressing it down to the floor. 4. And then one more. Deep inhale and exhale here. 5. Now inhale your leg back to center. Lift it up to the sky. And exhale, bring your face into your knee and let go of your leg. Left side. Left leg lifts up. Grab the big toe with your peace fingers. Inhale, lift up. Bring your head towards your knee. 1. Press your right hand down on your right thigh. 2. And roll your right inner thigh down to the ground. 3. Flex your feet. 4. One more huge breath here. 5. Now take your left leg over to the left and look to your right. 1. Don't forget to press into your right leg. 2. Roll your shoulders down. 3. Really big breath. 4. And one more deep inhale and exhale. 5. On your next inhale, bring your leg back to center and exhale, knee to forehead. Good. And then let go of your leg. Our transition here is called Chakrasana. Place your hands down by your side and roll back into a backward somersault. Or just do up dog and down dog the way that you know how. Now jump back through to seated. Good. Nice work. Our next pose is Ubaya Padangusthasana. Lie back on your back. And now rock your legs up and overhead. Grab your big toes behind you. Good. On your next inhale, you're going to rock up to your sitting bones. Make a V shape out of your body. Straight legs, straight arms, and look straight up at the sky. Breathing. 1. 2. Tuck in your belly and elongate your spine. 3. Roll your shoulders back and down. 4. And one more. 5. Now cross your ankles. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana and exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Jumping back through to seated. Our next pose is Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. Rock your legs up and overhead. Grab the outsides of your feet or your heels, it's a little deeper. On your next inhale, you're going to roll up again, grabbing your feet and then hugging your face into your legs. It's the upward facing forward fold. Breathing. 2. 3. 4. Dropping your head. One more. 5. Inhale, look up at your feet. Exhale, cross your legs, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Jumping right back through to seated. Lie on your back.
Setu Bandha Sarvangasana is bridge pose. Bend both knees, place your feet in front of your sit bones, tuck your shoulder blades under. Inhale, lift the hips up, clasp the hands under the low back, press well into the inner heel and big toe mounds of the feet. Dome the chest up towards the chin, and do your best to rest on the top of the shoulders. We'll take 5 breaths here. As we slowly release the pose, preparing for Urdhva Dhanurasana or back bend. So your feet are hips distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart. You're going to place the palms of your hands on the floor near the ears. Press into the hands, lift up into upward bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Press well into the inner heels, lift the hips up high, shoulders broad, drop the head back. Come down, touch the head, and come up for a second round of 5 breaths in Urdhva Dhanurasana. As we slowly release the pose and prepare for a counterbalance to that back bend, we're going to take a forward fold, Paschimottanasana, and this will help to re-lengthen the back body and counterbalance the back bend. Take about 10 breaths here. Still breathing deeply. Just a few more breaths. As we slowly release the pose and lay back and prepare for our next asana. Salamba Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Lying on your back, rock the legs up over and come onto the shoulders. Extend the feet towards the sky with the toes pointed up. Support the back with both palms close to the spine, and the weight should be distributed across the shoulders, upper arms, and elbows. We'll take 10 breaths here, so try to remain present. If the mind wanders, just try to bring it back to the sound and the pace of the breath, focusing on full inhales and exhales. Continuing to breathe deeply, we lower the legs down to halasana or plow pose. Keep the legs straight, arms straight with hands clasped, pulling the hands down towards the floor. Just a few more breaths here. As we slowly lower the knees towards the floor near our ears, the arms are straight, the palms are facing the floor. And if breath becomes restricted, you should back off the pose until you can breathe fully without strain. We'll move now to Urdhva Padmasana, upward lotus. So bring the legs into half lotus, take the hands to the knees and straighten the arms. If you find that placing the hands to the knees is too difficult, you may support the lower back with the hands while keeping the legs in full lotus. We'll lower the legs towards the chest now for Pindasana or embryo pose. Reach around the thighs to clasp hands. And if the hands don't connect, you may hold the ankles with crossed legs, or you can place the hands at the hips or the low back for support. Again, if there is discomfort in the neck, you should release the pose. Place the hands down on the floor as we slowly roll out, getting ready for Matsyasana or fish pose. Clasp the feet with both hands, arch the back, lift the chest, and drop the head back, bringing the crown of the head towards the floor. This asana is a counter for the previous version where the chin was locked to the chest. So now by lifting the chin and drawing the head back, we create increased circulation to the throat area. Lift the legs and arms up to 45 degrees off the floor for Uttana Padasana, extended leg pose. Feet are together, palms are touching, the abs are engaged to support the low back. We'll take just a few more breaths here. As we slowly release and prepare for Chakrasana, which is backward somersaults or a jump back, jump through. And we'll end this in downward facing dog. Nicely done. From all fours, we prepare for Sirsasana or headstand. Bring the forearms to the ground. Clasp your hands together. Interlace your fingers, keeping the palms open to cradle the back of the head. Place the crown of the head on the floor. Curl the toes, lift the hips, and bring the legs up towards the sky. Press well into the forearms and wrists to take pressure off the head and neck. Try to have a nice tight stomach, flex your legs, and reach your heels towards the sky. We'll take 10 breaths here. And after that, you have the option to lower the legs down to half mast or Urdhva Dandasana, as Sammy will demonstrate momentarily. She slowly lowers down, holds the posture there, takes a few breaths before returning back to Sirsasana. She returns back to Sirsasana, and then we'll slowly release the pose. We'll move now into Child's Pose. This is a good counterbalance for the headstand, as it allows you to relax the neck and the upper body after a long inversion. And while the restorative nature of the pose summons relaxation and renewal, Child's Pose can also be a great stretch for the ankles, the knees, hips, and shoulders as well. So we continue to breathe deep here, build our stamina, and prepare for our next asana. And we'll take a vinyasa, step back to plank, take your upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and then we'll jump back through the seated. And next we prepare for Baddha Padmasana or bound lotus pose, also known as Yoga Mudra. Sitting in full lotus, reach the hands behind the back, and with your left hand grab for the left foot and right hand grab for the right foot. If your feet and hands don't connect, we can also use a strap, and then fold forward any amount. Be cautious with the knees when preparing for this position. Try to open up more from the hips so that you do not put undue pressure on the knee joints. And if breathing becomes restricted while you're folding forward, just back off a bit until you can breathe fully. Take a few more breaths here. And then slowly release the pose. We move now to Padmasana, or lotus pose, for meditation. Place the backs of the hands on your knees with the thumbs and forefingers touching. It is important here to keep the spine lifted and the shoulders back so that the lungs can have space for full expansion. We want to saturate the body with oxygen, so breathe deeply and remain present. If the mind starts to wander, just bring it back to the sound and the pace of your own breath. We'll take a few more breaths here, and then we'll move into Tolasana. in Talasana, place the hands on the floor near your hips, lift the body off the floor, and take rapid breaths in and out of the nose. Slowly release the pose and prepare for Shavasana. Lie on your back, close your eyes, and completely relax. Let the feet fall out to the side and breathe normally. We give birth to each practice with our first breath in Surya Namaskara. There is a beginning, a middle, and end to the life of each practice. There are obstacles which are confronted. There are joyful asanas, and there are challenging ones. When we have completed our routine for the day, it is time to wind down and to stop. It is here that we enter Shavasana, the end of our practice. Thank you for joining us. Rest peacefully here in Shavasana until your body is ready to rise. Namaste.